million pound GP plus recruitment businesses. And this is the framework we give to everyone who becomes a client of ours, that even if you just focus on one of these key areas, you can double or triple your results. And there's 3 core foundations that you need to start with. So the first one is what we call optimize. The second foundation is what we call the attraction. And the third one is what we call conversion. I'm just going to put this into green. So these are the 3 steps that we start with. And the first step is because a lot of people come in and they've already got existing businesses. So first of all, we need to understand, what is your superpower? What is the area that you are most in flow, that your time is most valuable spent? And then once we know that, what's the plan? What's the model that you want to work for to actually achieve the targets that you want to achieve? So we get clear on where you need to focus your time and what's your plan. And then what we do is we look at data. We look at where are these areas in your business, we call them the profit levers. If you could tweak tiny bits of them, will make a big difference to you. Then that will enable you then to start building. So once we looked at what's already working and how can we do more of that, we then go through the build phase, which is where we help you get really clear on your niche. And this is, most of our clients think that they niche, but they say they're doing, I don't know, technology. But actually, when we talk about niching, it'll be like a specific job type or specific type of client within that niche that you become world-class market leaders in. So we help you get clear on your niche, and then we help you to map out your business development process, because we don't want to most people don't need to re-engineer their BD process. What they're doing is really good, but it's how do you systemize it so other people can do it?
Yeah.
So we get you to map out your process, and then we help you to build your funnel around that process. So whether it is LinkedIn, or whether it's calling, or whether it is marketing out candidates, whatever it is that we're networking, we build a funnel and a system that you can get other people to follow. Then when the leads start coming in, it's how do I qualify to make sure that we've got what we call gold jobs or golden candidates. And how do we then, with our game changers, get exclusivity or retained commitment from either candidates or clients? And then once we've got all of that set up, how do we then automate this whole system and delegate it out? So we've tested it, we know it works, we now want other people to start doing it for us. And this, by the way, could be done in-house, it can outsource, we can use VAs. Even if you're a one man or woman band business, you can have people who work for you for an hour a day or an hour a week, or you can have people in-house. So anybody, no matter how big your business, there are options to outsource and to delegate. And we just want to show you what is that stuff. First thing though, before we go into real depth, is I want to talk to you about your model. Now, with any business, whether you agree or not, your business will be worked around a model. Either a model that you've designed yourself or one that you haven't. And what we find is there's very few recruitment business owners that actually think, right, this is what I want and this is what I'm going to stick to and this is how I'm going to do it. That doesn't happen because, I don't know, this is what happened for me, and I see this across all of our clients all the time. They start their own business and they start reaching out to clients and they do a really good job, and then the client says, oh, can you do this other type of role for me? And you go, ooh. And who here's had that experience where it's not in your niche and it's not in your specialism, but you feel like you have to say yes, because if you don't, then you might lose that business further down the line. So you end up then saying, yep, I don't know. So I remember we placed salespeople, and then one of our clients came to us and said, could you find me a Java engineer? And I'm like, yeah, of course I can do that. I had no clue what I was doing. Now, I did actually manage to find them, 3 of them, but I'm just like, that then pulled me totally off piste. Couldn't do anything more with those type of candidates after that. So and I want you to think about, like, what is the model that I want to create this business, because when you realize that you create your world and you create, you can set your business up however you wish. So whether you want people working from home, in a team, whether you want people in an office, whether you want people in multiple offices, you choose what you want, but you want to think about, like, what is it that I'd like to experience and how would I like to be showing up each day? And there will be gaps in your model, and those gaps are costing you opportunity, sales, and time. So let me ask you this question. How much do you want to earn in the next 12 months? So, like, if you think of your revenue goal, how much would you like to generate? Yeah. So is it £1 million, £500,000, 250? What do you want to earn in the next 12 months? Okay. So let's say, I don't know, let's say you want to have £1 million business. And if you've already got £1 million, you know, it might be 2 million, 3 million, whatever it might be. Because we know it is possible for every single one of you who's on this call that you could have £1 million GP business, or 2 million or 3 million. Every single one of you can do that in a very simple process. But some of you might not believe it yet. So guess how many placements you would need to make, or how many jobs you'd need to get to make £1 million a month, £1 million a year. So it's actually, you only need 5 placements, or 5 jobs per month to make £1 million. So basically, but these jobs would be 16,800. Now, some of you might be thinking, oh my God, that's just so high, or that's not possible for me. So the next question I'd like you to ask is, who here believes they could be finding 5 jobs, and 5 jobs that are like 16,800 plus? And understand there's 2 parts to this. The first is the number of jobs that you need, and the second is the amount of money that you're willing to charge. So if you're going at the moment, there's no way that I could charge that amount, or there's no way I could find 5 jobs at that level, I'd like you to ask yourself a different question. So the question would be, like, what is it that I could offer that would be worth 16,800? Mm-hmm. Now, we get that not every person's confident to go, yes, I can just do that. So what it comes down to at the end of the day is numbers. And please understand, it doesn't matter the number of leads or placements that you want. If you're not clear on what your outcome is, then what you're going after, like, what are you chasing? And I know, by the way, money is not the answer, but to be honest, money is the oxygen of a business. And if you don't have a clear goal in terms of money, then we can't work back a plan of what you want. So if you're not clear on your model will determine the quality of your experience. And I can't stress this enough. Your model that you have in business, how clear you are on what you recruit, will determine who you approach, and who you approach will determine what level of fee you get. So if, for example, you know that I want to recruit candidates on a 65k salary plus, and I need to be talking with CEOs or senior decision makers, MDs or CIOs to get that, then you're going to be approaching those people very differently from if you're doing maybe a lot lower placement fee. So the thing here is, we want to get clear on your model. And by the way, you know, you could say, I'm going to do 10 jobs, place 10 jobs a month, and I'm going to place them at 8,400. Or I might do 20, place 20 jobs a month. I'm going to do them at 4,200. Or I want to do 40 jobs, place 40 jobs. I'm going to do them at 2,100. It doesn't matter what it is, but you want to be thinking, how hard do I want to work? Would I rather have a stealth-like, mighty, highly qualified team of people in my business who know how to place at sort of this level than a massive team or massive number of volume roles at this level? Same in temp. It's just you use your GP is going to be different. So this is about doing a lot less, but a lot better. So I'm going to write this down. It's doing a lot less, but better. Okay. And when you attract jobs and candidates at this level, if you're not clear on who you're attracting, then you won't be clear on what you're offering. And then when you sell somebody, if you're not clear on what you deliver, then you're not going to be able to show them the value or convert them. So it's this loop that you go through. And every single one of you is undercharging. And, you know, we can help you to get more jobs and more candidates, but What would you rather? This level of quality, do you want to be doing one to many, or do you want to be doing one to high value? And let's get this. So experience, expertise. So do you want one to many? Right, so you're doing lots of work, or do you want to be giving high expertise, charging more, doing less? And it's totally up to you, but it's the same amount of work, but the highly different outcomes. Now, we've got clients who are able to charge 25% fees with salary levels of 65K plus. But the thing to know is, like, it's not like a magic pill that they've got. It's not something like they can do and you can't. Everybody can do this. There's a process to it. They've just got really clear on what's their model, what's my niche. I need to build, they've built their attraction machine. They've mastered the conversion process and they know what they're selling and they know how to sell it. And they've got confidence. And with confidence comes from clarity. And clarity comes from capability. And that's what we're talking about here. So when you understand what you're capable of and you're willing to change and you're willing to do things differently, of what you say and how you say it and the confidence to do it, then this is where your life will change. And we want to have a simple and profitable recruitment business as possible. So we want it as simple and as profitable as possible. And that's what we optimize for. Okay. So who here would like to make it simpler and more profitable? So I want to just show you what's possible. So Dan and Farah, husband and wife team, they came to us and they did technology. Farah was the biller. Dan, I think he was just joined her. And to be honest, Farah was like, we really need to get our shit sorted because we are doing everything. We're doing 10% fees on everything. And I'm just so exhausted all the time. It's just the two of them. And what happened was we helped them. Oh, they did a ton of spot business too. So it's all over the place. So first of all, we did a business x-ray and we looked at what type of candidates are they placing and who were the 20% that gave them 80% of their results. And there was like one type of job title. It placed one person, I think. And Dan was like, you know what, Nikki, I think there's an opportunity in this space. And I'm like, right, there might be, but let's do the research. So they researched, they reached out and they looked at them to see, like, is there a volume of jobs in this space? And there is in the UK, but there's a shed load of opportunity in the US. So we then helped them to get really clear on the avatar candidate and avatar client in this one specific job niche. They mapped out their BD approach. They mapped out their client base they were going to target. And they then built a sales funnel to find candidates and to find clients. And they built their attraction machine. And then they started reaching out. And within 2 weeks, they'd made a placement. But within this has taken them 6 months to get to this point. But they wanted their absolute happy thing place was to get 20 grand a month. So you can see their average fee, by the way, when they first started working with us was less than 5K. So I think it was maybe about 2.5, 3 grand, Katie. So just close to 9K placement today. Really proud as July, August and September, we've achieved 92 grand in written business as September has only just begun. Their target was 60. And it's because they just took the process, they JFDI'd it, they turned up, Farah became a demon at the conversion process, and they now don't take on fees of less than 20%. And they are like all of us. You know, very unassuming, lovely people. They just followed the process. Yeah. So it's possible for each and every one of us, is my point. You just got to change who you're being.